Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chloe Cooper. As you can tell, this video is about the Twilight book series. My personal thoughts about it. So let's get on to it. Okay, so there is 5 big books and 1 tiny book. So the first one is obviously Twilight. Then there's New Moon, Eclipse, The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner. This is how I read it, by the way. Breaking Dawn, and then Midnight Sun. So let's start with the first book, Twilight. So this is the start of the series. So for me, I have actually watched the movie, so I already kind of knew what would happen. I should have read the books before I even thought about watching the movie. The movie, though, when it came out, I was probably too young to understand what everything was about. So everyone knows Twilight is about a normal human who meets a vampire who is a lot like doesn't look old but is very old, and then just goes on from there. I don't want to ruin anything for anyone, but it gets pretty good. And obviously, as you know me, I also listen to it as I read. Yeah. I also will say which one was my favourite one towards the end of this video. Next one, I'm hoping I do this the right way. Next one is New Moon. New Moon is about when Bella finds out about Jacob. I don't want to ruin that for you, but something is different about Jacob than anyone else. He's not a human, or he was human until he hit an age. So bad things happen. I think bad things happen in every book. But New Moon was alright for me. I don't really have much to say about New Moon. I think to do with the books and the movies are different, like my favourites are different. So yeah, New Moon, I do like it because Jacob comes out, shows himself what he really is to Bella. The third one is, or fourth, is Eclipse. Hang on. I'm not sure, I might say this and I could get rid of it. Eclipse is when Jacob comes out, I guess. Comes out as something. And also in one of these two, new moon and eclipse, one of these two, Bella gets close to Jacob, very close. These two weren't really my favourite, but as it goes on, all these books, it gets bigger except for one, which was hard. It took me a long time to finish. It took me a long time. This next one is a small different part of number 3 of Eclipse. So this one is the short second life of Bree Tanner. It didn't take me long at all to finish. If I'm being honest, I do not really remember much about this one, as I mainly focus on the big ones, the main ones that everyone knows about. As you can tell, it shows like the small at the top and big at the bottom. It just tells you just a short part of Bella's life. Yeah. This next one is known for the last movie, but it's not the last book in the series. So this is Breaking Dawn. Yeah. Breaking Dawn was my favorite book out of all of them. I was focused. It is one of the biggest books, just by only a bit. I guess because a lot of things happen, all the big stuff happens, as some of you may know in the movies. Bella becomes one of them, a vampire, and something else happens as well, so something big happens. I guess this took me probably 2 weeks. Some of these took me a week. The last one took me longer than 2 weeks, but that's that for that one. And the last one is Midnight Sun. Okay, so I never thought that Midnight Sun was a thing until I got this series. It's a different. So this book is based on the first book, Twilight Book. The Twilight Book is based on Bella's side of things, and Midnight Sun is based on Edward's side. It's very big. Being honest, I did not like this one. I wanted to finish it. I did finish it, but I didn't enjoy it. I don't really remember much about it because I already knew what was happening, but it was good to know what Edward was thinking on his side of things. But didn't like it. It took me a long more time, longer than the Breaking Dawn took me. Now, I think I may have already said this, but Breaking Dawn is my favorite book. When it comes to the movies, though, favorite movie is the first movie, so the Twilight. So I'll put this in order. So my number 1 book for it is Breaking Dawn. And then I put Twilight as my second favourite. Eclipse is my third favourite. New Moon is the fourth. The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner is the fifth. And obviously you know that Midnight Sun is the last one. Not my favourite at all. As for the movies, so Twilight as my favourite, Breaking Dawn as my second favourite, then Eclipse, then New Moon. Yeah. Because there was Breaking Dawn was cut into 2, so there was 5 movies. So if you want me to really know, if you want to know, Twilight was my first favourite movie. Breaking Dawn part 2 was my second favourite. The Breaking Dawn part 1 was my third. Eclipse was my fourth, and New Moon was the last one. Last one that I liked. Because Midnight Sun wasn't part of it, and The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner wasn't really part of it either. But for Twilight, there was 434 pages. New Moon, there was 497 pages. Eclipse, New Moon, there was 559 pages. The short one, New Moon, there was 178 pages, very small. Breaking Dawn, there was 702 pages. And the last one, 756 pages. Very long indeed. But being honest, if I were to change anything in this series, I'd prefer if Bella went with Jacob, not with Edward. Some people may have different thoughts. When I was actually watching the movie, I liked Edward better, but with the books, I prefer Jacob over Edward. Yes, Jacob is younger, but it seems a lot more better in the books. If you have read the books and watched the movies, what do you think about both? Do you prefer the movies or the books? I prefer the books. Being honest, I like to see, but if someone were to give me the books, I'd read it again. If I had to read books, if it's the only books I had, I'd read them again. But not the last one, not Midnight Sun. I'm sorry, but no. Usually, also, people, for the Twilight series and books, usually the books are actually black, the original. Usually the books are black, but these are the only ones I could get that had all six of them. they feel different. It's like soft, and then there's, I don't know if you can see any different, but in every one it's different. But out of all of them, my favorite, what I like at the front of the book, I like the eclipse front. Feeling of it, obviously nothing really to say. They all have red because of the blood, as everyone knows about Twilight series. Comment down below which one is your favorite, what you liked about each book, or that favorite book that you like, what you liked about it and why. So I hope you like this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. As I said, comment down below about any of it that I have said. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.